Hello, folks. Welcome back to the 70-Star League Qualifier here at the Global Speedrun Association. We've got a heck of a match for you in store, but first, little introduction. I am Shantastic, and joining me, fresh off qualifying for this very league, is the man, the myth, the legend, Bad Ronis. How's it going,
Thank you
Bad
very
Ronis?
much. I'm triggered actually because if I had maybe done 20 seconds better in throws, in which I lost over a minute, I'd take first seed. But I shouldn't have won against draws anyway, so I'm just happy to be making it through. But anyway, it's not about me, it's about Wilko and Xoofey, formerly known as Zarfon, who got a 48. Wilko not quite up there, but he is actually first in the group right now, which means if he is to win this one, then he would be the first seed going into the playoffs. The Jarflon still the favorite, both are undefeated, so this is going to decide who takes the top of Group A.
Indeed. And it looks like, yeah, Wilco's actually just testing out his auto splitter, and we're actually, the countdown has started.
If you guys are not aware, I'm pretty good friends with Sino, and he's been working on an SM64 auto splitter for a pretty long time. Something that people have always kind of wondered if it could be done, but usually people just said, it's a bit too complicated, But he went and did it, and it works. And you can download it for yourself or join the Discord for it. Pretty handy tool, and huge props to him.
Indeed, and we are underway right here. Actually, this is the first race I've commentated where both players are on the US version. Very, very exciting stuff. We're seeing some perfect sync come out. Let's get some syncs in chat. It looks like actually
Milo resyncing the stream there.
Indeed, actually, it looks like thanks to Milo, just a slight, maybe a slight advantage for Wilko. I did see a little bit of castle movement, by which I mean the castle literally moving a little bit ahead of Xoofey's. So we're gonna see exactly what's going on. These camera angles look a little interesting. Ooh, looks like Xoofey actually landed just a little bit before Wilko now. Maybe a little bit of urgency. But now Wilko getting the better of that text box.
And a little bit ahead, I guess, for Wilko in the door.
Oh my god, Wilko has over a frame lead here.
Oh, what do you know? Wilko ahead by 2 frames. Now Zarfon ahead by 1 frame. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my god, perfect sync and oh no! Wilko takes a huge deficit and then Xoofey picks up the box! Commentator really regretting the ironic excitement in his voice because now it makes this seem anticlimactic.
And Zarfon also getting a big bomb, but he's still going to be 2 million years behind. I would say in terms of castle movement, probably about half a light year that he'll be trying to catch up to Wilko. But
that's
it's a long race.
Definitely the kind of mistake Wilko was hoping for. Wilko, having answered probably 1,001 questions about this race, very exciting, very anticipated, especially after the rescheduling. Pretty much said that he's not going to go for anything super crazy. He has been practicing some harder strats. Whatever he feels safe on, he's going to go for. But he's going to try and play very solid, very consistent, and just hope that he can keep up with Xoofey, and Xoofey makes a couple mistakes that allow him to take lead.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes, but, at least what happened there.
Looks like Wilko got a little bit of a bumpity bump onto the left side curve, and that caused him to get a 13.1. Xoofey getting a 13.0 as well, not even saving much time over his opponent.
That's absolutely tragic. I mean, any 13 in a race is just unacceptable.
Yeah, and Xoofey, entire seconds behind his opponent, really was hoping for that 0.5 second catch-up opportunity, but looks like that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that was huge for Xoof, and he did not convert, so we'll see if Wilko can maintain his lead. He's going for Canalist, no Alice, so kind of an unconventional first star, and Zarfon going for Pro Cycle 100 coin. Alright, going around the ring. Okay, that's a bit of a nasty jump dive. Did not get the red coin. Might be Wild Blue to back up, but also running up against the side of the space wall, which you can actually do a rollout onto and then jump dive, but I don't know if that was what you're trying to do. I think he's trying to go a bit farther to the left and then dive around it like normal. But that's going to cost him a bit, and Wilko extending his lead, kind of out in front by a mile, and we'll see if Canless will continue to go his way.
Yeah, Wilko did lose a little time. He failed the double jump wall kick, the glitchy wall kick, or the glitchy double jump rather, onto Alice. So probably breaking even so far in the swamps, but Wilko still maintaining that lead.
Yeah, Zarfon going or Xoofey going for that insanely fast Worms 100-coin cycle. Not really worth it in races, but he pulled it off, so props to him. 50 coins means he can miss one more in the rest of the route. He won't get the other one at the end. Wilko is more going for the race-safe Worms 100 cycle, although I don't think he goes for the Pro 1 and runs, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think he does. He does safe early cycle, just like he's doing right now.
So that's good because he got some dust up there after the jump dive to get onto the higher level, which he would not have been able to make the pro cycle with. So I think Xoof saving pretty good time over 100 coin. You know, Wilko's angles maybe not as crisp, getting a little bit more dust everywhere, and I have to say it just kind of frames that up in a couple seconds here, and landing on that part of the little ejecting block is not going to give him a good ending either. So pretty nice time save, even though he had to get, like, I would say Zarfon came out positive, even though he had to get Wild Blue.
Wilko with a sweet speed kick going up for that for those 10 final coins. Definitely flexing a little bit here on chat, saying, you know, I may be doing safer cycles, but don't doubt my movement. And movement is what wins races, honestly, in 70 star. You can do all of the pro strats you want. And Xoofey does. And he does it with great movement, but honestly, just having consistent castle and level movement, that's going to get you real far in marathons.
Yeah. Alright, now time for Wilko to get that 7th star, and he's kind of come up to the last two, which will go up to the top of Wom's to do Wom King and then Fortress. Where Zarfon had Dualis as his 7th, but not too bad. And, you know, Wilko's still enjoying a comfy lead.
Speaking of comfy, we got some people blankets coming out in chat. A lot of different frogs, many variations, rooting for both players. Wilko going for the
like 5 comfies that you can throw out after 3 more.
Oh my gosh. And the Liam Womp comfies coming out. Perfect darn timing. Commentator dabbing on the comfies in chat.
Well, that was a Monka though, so I don't know if that one really counts. Anyway, we got
little gatekeeping going on here with the comfy emotes. Certainly
yeah,
some tribalism among Pepe fans. It's like Wilko gets a ledge grab there. Gonna have to go for a slightly later cycle on this triple jump dive, but gets it.
Yeah, not perfect. Xoof finishing up though about 5 seconds behind, and both of them sub 7, which means nothing too drastic happened. You know, I would say like 640 would be like a really good Womps 9. Both getting like 650.
Indeed. But yeah, Xoofey saving just a tiny bit of time on that last star, but overall, pretty even-handed Womps Fortress.
Alright. Nice 12-8 for Wilko. And a 12-8 for Xoof.
12-8 for Xoof. So Xoof saving 0.1 seconds total.
Has he commented on why he prefers Xoofey or wanted to change his name? Is this like some kind of like new me kind of thing going on, or did he just say, Zarfon's kind of old and I don't like it?
You know, we've been seeing a lot of name changes in the speedrun community, and I'm glad to see it. You know, we've got Duck His Khan, we've got the artist formerly known as Cheese05, now only Cheese. Really big change for him. So
yeah, 2 people dropping the numbers. Wilko dropping 2 red coins though, aka number 6 and 7, but he still missed 1 at the beginning, so that's actually a miss of 3 red coins overall. Learning to count here with Wilko.
Looks like Xoof takes the lead.
Yeah, Xoof taking the lead.
Wilko does get a slightly cleaner text box skip, but certainly not all that significant.
Alright, in the Dark World now, I wouldn't expect a death from either of them, but that would be a huge pivotal point in the race for either of them, especially for Wilko, who is relying more on consistency than general movement.
Xoofey was doing that diagonal camera, and it made me like suddenly start to think like Xoofey's the kind of crazy guy who would just randomly go for super fast cycles in a race, and I was like, he is not gonna do that. Oh no, that is certainly not a good cycle. This is like post normal cycle actually.
You can still make normal, but it's going to be, I think, like the second elevator for normal, which means he has to go fast here. Yep. So this actually gets this now.
This is poverty normal cycle actually, and that's a no-win
cycle.
Yeah.
And wow, the sync actually, never mind.
Oh.
You know, Wilko's trying to get these ledge grabs in. I don't know if he's got to train his arms, but Mario, you know, movement is mostly with your legs. I don't know if you got to worry about it, unless you're talking about punching skaters or something. But
well, I mean,
a bit of unnecessary time loss.
Mario was a powerlifter in his career before he made it, really made it in his new career as a plumber.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, indeed. He certainly has found new success, but in a previous life, definitely did train those arms and likes to flex them every now and then, literally speaking.
All right, Xoof, first one out of Dark World, looking like a 10, 12, or 13, high 12. And Wilko coming out of here maybe, you know, 7 seconds, 8 behind. So pretty close. That's what I'd like to see, and Xoofey kind of taking 20% off of that lead.
So while Wilko likes grabbing ledges and showing off his arms, Xoofey seems to like showing off how extremely strong and resilient Mario's forehead is.
I guess so.
Looks like Xoofey's still going to be holding on to this lead, but only by the skin of his teeth.
Pretty solid sky jump. And Wilko.
It's the same for him.
Pretty much the same. Neither of them with extraordinarily fast flying. Xoofey maybe a tad faster, but not by a whole lot.
Seems like it. And Xoofey going to be heading right here into Cool Mountain. Let's see if Wilko decides to go in the same direction that every 70 runner goes after BOB. Looks like it is. He will be opening that 3-star door. Will he be continuing into the stage of the Cool Mountain? You never know.
He's gonna go back out.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's just you want to be thorough.
Sometimes you just want to open all the doors, keep your options open, and then kind of go back and hit them later. Just kidding. Anyway.
Sometimes racers mistake this for doors percent. Just casually.
All doors plus all signs, new category. You heard it here first. Alright, Xoofey having trouble getting to the penguin, and he decided to go back up for him rather than taking the slide. So maybe he's going for CCM17 with that kind of mid-star backup. And the Pingu trick coming out that happens when you press Z to drop the penguin as you talk to the mom. I'm not sure if it's frame perfect, but it's pretty tough. And, you know, Xoofey's showing he's got the straps in his back pocket. And
we'll go with the vanity ground pound there.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like
CCM 18 here, doing slide on his own. So big route difference. With a triple jump by from Xoofey, that's pretty hot. Missing the top coin though, so he has to get everyone on the slide if he doesn't want to miss, or doesn't want to get backups. He gets that one, which is the hardest one.
Yeah, picks up that end before the jump, picks up all of those, and looks like he's pretty much home free at this point.
Yeah.
Rest of these coins are pretty free, unless you're me.
That's true.
Xoofey on a coin collecting spree.
It's poetic.
Thank you. Xoofey actually doesn't opt for the backwards fast movement toward the door.
Yeah, it doesn't save a whole lot, unfortunately, but it can still be worth it.
Well, mostly for swag, but Xoofey not much for swag unless it's in the form of a ridiculously difficult strat, or just spawning the star way too high and losing about 20 seconds trying to get it.
Yeah, I was
Xoofey
a bit
struggling
confused.
its way.
Oh, could have been bad.
Xoofey really playing things close to the clock here. And that pretty much loses all of the time save that you get out of going for CCM17, even with perfect double pillowless. Though if he gets double Tama, he might be able to make some of that time back.
Wilko, in the meantime, getting all 85 that he needs to finish the slide. Xoof actually got the boot kill. I thought he was going to miss it with the boo vanishing, but actually coming back to give him the boot kill. There's a few different ways to do that, but I think as long as you are doing some kind of optimal movement, it's going to be better than just kind of going at him and ground pounding. So we'll see also if Zart or Xoof is going to be doing the long jump kill for the second hit, and looks like he is. Nice. You can actually reduce some lag here, but it seems like that's not too much of a worry for Xoof.
In fact, as far as I remember, Xoofey has pretty much done, aside from Island Hop and one other strategy, pretty much opts for all of the most difficult strategies in this run, except maybe like glitchy wall kick, which I don't even think he does. But like, it seems like he opts for pretty much the strats he does in PB attempts, with a couple exceptions.
Yeah, we might see some stuff later in the game, but right now it definitely seems like he's sticking to his normal repertoire of strategies to go for, and not holding back. So I'd say more often than not, trying to go all out on strats is worse for races, but I think if you are someone like Xoof who's pretty experienced, you kind of know what you're gonna get. Or at least often enough to make it worth it.
Yeah, Xoofey seems to be pretty fond of dropping like 49s and low 50s here in these races, so I'm certainly not opposed to the swag strats he goes for, especially as someone Ooh.
This is not a good MIPS to catch. You're gonna have to draw him back toward SSL, and still chasing, able to catch him by the entrance of the painting, but you know, losing probably a good 7-8 seconds here to the bunny.
Yeah, definitely a rough beat for Xoofey. Wilko, on the meanwhile, actually has practiced the MIPS backup. So if MIPS goes to the right, Wilko has practiced basically the backup strat where you just grab him coming out of SSL and you don't lose much time. Xoofey getting a medium bomb.
Yeah, that's one backup down. He has Talons as well if he needs it, but we'd really like to get that big bomb so you can do plus. Wilko here punching. Nice job. English MIPS is pretty easy to punch because of how slow he is on the first one. Second time you gotta be kind of quick. You can also do a long jump and punch, which someone put in like the Discord yesterday, kind of showing that it's a bit faster than the dive, but not as fast as like the dive and punch.
Okay, Xoofey getting the first pillowless, gets a successful Tama. We have on one occasion seen runners struggle with pillowless and decide to abandon Tama. So we're gonna see what Xoofey goes for at this point. Probably we'll go for Tama another time.
Nice long jump, by the way. Going into the star like that saves some frames over doing a dive rollout. Now here's the thing, he went for Pyramid Puzzle before just getting the easy one at the top of the interior. So he's really committed now, because in a race, if you did just the inside ancient Pyramid Star, let's see, Wilko, he's got his +1, and Xoof, I'll keep saying Zarf till I die, I guess, but Wilko getting that big bomb and making it in, that's the only one he needs. And Xoof's used both of his backups now, so it's getting kind of dire. He really needs this one to work out, and don't go in. No! Oh no, Xoof!
That is absolutely devastating.
That's making double plus completely not worth it. And not only that, he didn't even get the star. So just kind of 40 seconds down the drain for nothing, and Wilko back in the lead. Alright, there's
was
another
actually.
big bomb going for Tom Plus here. That's
Oh no, misses!
He can still make it. Oh my god, I can't believe he made it over the fence there. It can kind of pop your balloon, so to speak. But the bomb blew up. You needed to go a bit farther outside and get a better
He
angle. In the
dies.
meantime, I'm trying to react to Wilko here, trying to go for his talons back up. Did not go
Yeah.
so well. But
Wilko
another
misses the
death for
talon on the
Xoof.
first. Yeah, Wilko misses the talon on the first attempt, and then tries to get like a improvised kickback up. Doesn't quite work out. Very, very difficult to go for. And is Xoof going for Tama again? Yes, he is, and
That's a good Tama. Oh god, if he grabbed the pyramid star, I'd probably lose my mind. But now he is 1 star away. Still got to do talons, and Wilko's in neutral lava lanes. So the route definitely favoring Wilko.
Ooh, yeah, I know we were talking about this actually in Cheese's chat last night. There is nothing. I'd say a lot of runners would probably agree with this. There is virtually nothing in the world that is more frustrating than dying while doing a backup. And that's exactly what Xoofey's having to contend with, and it's very, very difficult to keep that mentality going in a marathon. When you think, okay, I messed up the strat over and over again. The second time I messed it up, let's go for the second backup. And then you successfully get the talon kick, which is the hardest part of the backup, and then you just wind up sliding too far and dying. Like that's about as frustrating as life can get, I think.
Wilko almost fell off there during lava boost, but I think like he did at least know what to do. So like more of what you were saying there is like that backup's kind of annoying. Like it's more of the timing of the kick, because you don't want to kick the bird in a way that you're gonna belly slide down the pyramid like Xoof did. You want to kind of kick him as you go over the pyramid, so you just kind of hold down or leftish to get the backup. But it's also not very intuitive because you're not going to get to the top of the pyramid at the exact same time every time you go for it. So sometimes you're just going to die, and that's what happened. Now Xoof going for the triple jump dive. This is a pretty hot strat here. A lot of speed on the speed kick, but overshoots the arc, but still getting over the fence. So quick reactions.
Yeah. The cool thing about overshooting that arc, it means that you've lost absolutely 0 speed, which means that you don't really need the arc to get your height. So
True.
That's
but I
a
think
really
he
cool
had
thing.
held A too long anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Wilko, meanwhile, having a pretty clean LLL to boot. Has been trying to practice that ledge grab skip, but probably decided not to go for it, as it does make it more likely that you're going to miss the ledge on the long jump. You have to hit on the left side of the edge, and Xoofey taking a death on lava boost.
Jesus, how many has it been? It's been like 3 or 4 already in this run. Just Wilko being consistent, not dying, and we have a huge opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what Wilko was going for.
I mean, that's a sick lava boost from Xoof, but it doesn't save time if it's second try.
Yeah, exactly. It's all of these swag strats are super impressive. Wilko actually missing a red coin.
Yeah, that's not the worst, but this star is really annoying when you miss a red because the puzzle keeps moving, and it ends up losing a lot more time than you would think. That was actually not too bad of a backup, but you can lose like 10 seconds just in the coins.
Yeah, and in the grand scheme of things, like especially considering the run that Xoofey's having, it's not too huge a deal, and Wilko overall playing consistently enough. This seems to be exactly what the plan was. In other situations, running against Xoofey on a standard day, oftentimes Wilko would be thinking, I don't want to be losing 5-10 seconds on reds, but Xoofey struggling a little bit here in this basement.
Yeah, pretty rough. You know, it's probably not this bad in most runs. I know he like played well in previous races here, but that's kind of what you run the risk of when you go for strats like he does. He's done ledge grab, skip bully, he's ground pound, big bully, Tomo plus twice, and it's just not a very, like, it's just not going to be consistent all the time. That's, you have to accept it. So if he can kind of get over that and come back in the run, he definitely can come back and beat Wilko, but it's going to take maybe some mistakes on his side and a little bit of just strong mentality from Xoof.
I will say this about the confidence of Xoofey's race strategy, which is literally just to do all the hardest strats. Oftentimes it works, and if you fall behind from making mistakes, a lot of the time you don't have to rely on your opponent messing up in order to catch up. If you start playing more consistently like you're confident you can do, then just by virtue of doing faster strats and having slightly better movement, there's a good chance that Xoofey can come back in this race. But Wilko definitely with a pretty decent sized lead at this point. And we still have the cycles in Fire Sea to come up, and Xoofey's going to have a huge advantage there.
Definitely, although I would say that in 2019, pretty much anyone can do a good Fire Sea at this level. In 2018, we didn't have the comfy arc strat, so I would say the skill gap has been narrowed a little bit.
Well, I'm
However,
talking more in terms of Wilko's track record with Fire Sea in this
yeah,
in the past couple of weeks. But no, Wilko definitely capable of easily pulling out this win. Just I think Wilko's main concern over the past few weeks, especially, has been maintaining that consistency. He's missed a lot of early cycles in his runs, and overall his race is going really well. But that's been one of his main concerns, is that he just really doesn't want his consistency to lag while he's in these races. Speaking of lag, Wilko,
yeah,
limping here into this Submarine Star.
this is a really good run. I don't want to even talk too much about Xoofey messing up, because Wilko has not given him an open door. And, you know, Wilko's someone who quite often will be on a decent pace and then, you know, lose it all in the end game. But in this race right now, he is looking as strong as he's ever looked. Just kind of moving Mario, taking care of Manta. You know, he's kind of cutting into the rings as well, you know, not afraid to be on the fast side.
He was really, like, he was way far out of that ring when the cutscene triggered. Like, that felt real brave to me.
See, brave enough for the fire and flames. We'll see here. Wilko also does like this weird kick to start. Pretty slow, but I guess it's not too bad considering you can afford to lose a little bit of time.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
we're losing like here. Alright. Hitting the Goomba here, he can still make lava boost because that actually sets you up a bit nicer for the double jump wall kick. And a nice side flip, so this is definitely on pace. You know, you can die at the end. I've definitely done this a few times. You know, Wilko, weird camera, but getting lava boost. Alright, let's see how his ending goes. Meantime, good Manta from Zarf, aka Xoof.
It's a real good ending here. Fantastic. Near perfect ending from Wilko.
Yep, a little bit of potential time save for Xoofey, but not much at all.
Yeah, it looks like a couple frames on actually like grabbing that pole and hitting the wall kick. But overall, just not leaving Xoofey much in the way of room. A lot of kicks from Xoofey. Interesting triple jump. Didn't seem to lose any time, so I like it. Easily hitting that lava boost.
Oh no, he went too early and 2 HP, please no. Okay, luckily the fire wasn't there. I kind of got a PTSD episode on that one. Xoofey though is gonna get through Fire Sea, grabbing the last coin, and you know, keeping it competitive. A death there would have been really crushing, but now he will go within his like range of sight, I guess.
Certainly can. Whoa! Xoofey doing a little swag rollout on the yellow box.
Not faster, but I guess you're welcome to do it if you want.
My favorite strats are strats that don't save or even lose time, but just look really cool.
Fair enough. See if the double box.
Xoofey misses the grab! And he was on the left side of the hitbox, so he doesn't even get the glitch grab.
Alright, Wilko missed the coin, got the double box kick. He did not find the coin that he missed earlier, so he's on the coin count now. Nice Skeeter though, gonna be right in his way. And that was pretty much as good as you could hope for.
He even gets a rollout on the last pixel of the platform.
He had to chase that. Unless you want to do the backup box. Just not too slow. Maybe like 3 seconds.
Yeah, RNG kind of, it takes away and then it gives him back when it gives him that Skeeter. So Wilko having a pretty strong undercoin here.
Getting a lot of dust.
Yeah, actually opting for that rollout there, rolling off the platform, usually just kind of runs off the platform, does a long jump.
Yeah.
Not sure if there's much of a big time difference, but interesting to see in various strategies.
Not really. The long jump is a little bit better, but depends how you do it, of course.
Yeah, for sure. The dust is probably the more notable.
Yeah, good ending doing the long jump onto the plank. Pretty nice. Alright, Xoof getting those Skeeter coins. He's gotta get the blues now. No problems.
Wilko opting to save on that 100-coin star. Apparently very scared of dying here in Wet Dry World.
It's kind of a weird thing to do, just save on one star if he's not saving on all the rest. He's not saving on all the rest, is he? Because I only...
No, I don't think he is.
Oh,
It's interesting to save on a 100-coin star because that's the easiest star to like save time on, because it's like you're not going to save and quit. It's a much easier flick.
So let's grab there. Not the worst 100 coins still, unless he misses the coins. Okay, pretty good RNG.
Clean elevator from Wilko, meanwhile.
Yeah, once he got up to the elevator, that ending was fine. Just lost a bit of time at the beginning. So I'd say this is still a pretty bad run from Xoofey. A pretty decent one from Wilko. But like, you know, they're fairly close enough and still that, you know, Wilko can hold it together and win, or Zarf can come back. It's definitely up in the air.
Yeah, certainly nothing insurmountable. Xoofey actually opting not to save after a 100-coin star. Certainly a lot more confident.
Oh, he tried to do the jaws kick.
Tries to do the draws kick. Has to opt
Not actually
for
called the draws kick, but I wouldn't mind calling it that, just since he's the one who's been doing it. But a missed triple jump wall kick. Now, this is like another really difficult strat. Most people are not doing this in the qualifier. But I guess if you have a 48, you're probably used to it. Coming down on the big court box now, so I might have to mute my mic because there's some painting going on upstairs. But oh no! He's gotta catch up to this elevator as it's going upwards, or he's gonna be in a world of hurt.
Okay, yeah, it looks like he's just gonna chill. Oh no, just a little bit of a kick there. Yeah, Wilko does go for triple jump wall kick in runs, so just certainly opting for the more consistent strategy here. I think generally Wilko's idea here is any safe strat that I can reliably do that doesn't get worse when I don't practice it. You know, things like standing left and stuff, like those kinds of strategies. Oh no, Xoofey missing triple jump wall kick again.
Yeah, not good. I didn't want to cut you off, but also Wilko had some good secrets there. One of the
very good secrets.
More difficult stars upstairs. So it kind of just seems like the momentum is going way more in Wilko's direction in the tug of war.
Yeah, this entire race going exactly like he hoped it would. Just basically saying, I'm just going to do every single strat that is most consistent for me to do, and hope that it's enough to gain an edge on Xoofey. And every opportunity for him to gain an edge as a direct result of that, he pretty much has.
I should have paid more attention to his like fire C split, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is still like close to PB.
Yeah, certainly. I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, maybe someone in chat might be able to like elucidate if this is even potential 49 pace.
I'm trying to kind of like wind back the clock a little bit. It seems like kind of a 50 pace run, but maybe you could play really well and get a 49.
Yeah. If anything, it seems like it could certainly PB.
Nice secrets from Zupa, missing the fourth one. Wilko actually did a dusty rollout on the place where you land from triple jump dive, and then turn on to do a single jump over the fourth secret, which is a little bit of an optimization found by Tabaskov when you don't have a lot of speed. Zoof actually did a dustless rollout, but then didn't go close enough to the cannon, so like you kind of have to hug it to get the secret, which is kind of annoying. But then able to, or like wasn't able to really turn around and get it that efficiently. So another time save for Wilko, and he's already coming up to PTM. Bomb.
Wilko once again showing off the resilience of Mario's forehead.
Yep. Maybe Mario actually has a hard hat, and if you lose your cap, bonks actually just kill you. Just kidding. Alright. Nice first log wall kick. You know, it can actually be kind of tough in the race setting. If,
Wilko's
you
doing
know,
log walk in races?
I don't really watch him much, so I don't know if that's something he tries to avoid typically in races.
Yeah, I guess it's a slightly newer addition to his repertoire, but not that new. So I guess it's not super surprising. He has gotten very consistent at it.
Yeah. But like, it is still possible you kind of have a bad clip through the ground here and don't do your camera right. But Wilko getting it right both times, coming up here. You know, the first star was pretty decent. Scale the mountain, nice side football kick, and good angle to the star. Nice and clean. Wilko definitely showing some improvement over the last time I've seen him do. I mean, I guess 70, but I know he's been doing that a lot recently. But, you know, looking pretty good.
Yeah, Wilko absolutely killing it. The TTM, I think the mountain clip stars in TTM are in upstairs two of the more salient places where your opponent can kind of make up some time back on you, and Wilko just not getting
Reds.
any space.
This is the comfiest Reds I've seen. I mean, I guess
We need some PB hops for those Reds.
Yeah, it's literally just single jump from mushroom to mushroom. Xoof. Let's see. Nice wall kick into the instant ledge grab. So, you know, he's still only 2 stars behind, so he has not been giving Wilko, you know, any extra room in this race, despite making some mistakes. He had a worse Wedge Jar World for sure. THI was about the same, but he's not giving up, and I'm really excited to see how Tippy's going to go for both these runners.
Indeed. Virtually no races Tippy proof, and certainly anything can happen once you're in the top floor of the castle.
Yeah. It's not over until it is actually over, and that's not even just trying to say it, but I'm not saying it just to say it, because I think some games are kind of comfy toward the end game. Definitely not this one if you're kind of new.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time notoriously has a pretty decently free end game.
I'm talking about like 100.
Yeah, 100%. The last few world record attempts notwithstanding, but games like Super Mario 64, it's like you get Rainbow Ride, it's like you can die at the very start of the level and there's a non-zero chance you will, and it's a really difficult strat in Lakitu Bounce, and then you have to do like TTC where every single star is like Monka S, and then after that you have to go into Sky where you have a bunch of really difficult strats. And Xoofey missing a red coin.
Still better mushrooms than Wilko. Just kidding. Alright. Going for that triple jump, but you can see the extra air time on the double jump. He wasn't anticipating it, so actually had to wait a little bit while longer before pressing A. So that's why he missed the input there. Not the worst. Wilko getting over the ridge. Probably too early though, but still going to be about even with doing a stay strat for that star. And 50 stars now, as opposed to 47 for Xoofey.
Yeah, Xoofey kind of stabilizing here. We're going to see the breezeless attempt. Gets breezeless. He needed that, especially for the morale boost. Certainly going to need some strats to save time. Wilko missing the Ice House kick jump.
Yep.
Commentator making up new phrases to describe strats that aren't even accurate.
Yeah, and that one's kind of, it just kind of flies by and you don't really care about it. As you usually don't see people mess it up, but if you mess up an input by just pressing A too early, you are going to lose like about the time that the star takes normally, and Zarf going all the way down.
Oh no.
He's just popped the forfeit.
Yeah, Xoofey just...
Alright. I have to say, like,
unfortunate.
He was kind of known to just like get really tilted in the past. I don't really know too much because he doesn't really stream with Mike, maybe for a reason, I guess. But I guess just having so many mistakes that don't really show signs of improvement just made him too tilted to continue. Though I really feel like you should just give your best to finish any race you sign up for, because
certainly.
Yeah.
I always like to see people stay in there and try to stick it out, but obviously, like, if it gets to the point, if at any point, you know, if it gets to the point where it's messing with your, if it's like messing with like your just like your mental health or your like emotional well-being, obviously,
Yeah.
like I have been in that place where I get like super tilted, and I certainly don't blame you, but definitely a pity that we're not going to get to see Xoofey finish out the race.
All right. So with that, Wilko's gonna take seed number 1.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
gonna
go
put him
undefeated now.
at the top seed of Group A. So current top seeds are Wilko and Draws. And in Group C and D, we have all those matches coming up this week. So there's a whole lot left to be excited about for these qualifiers, because these have been straight fire so far, and I know just a lot of people that are well known in the community, well known runners in the community, kind of signing up for these. People like Blue Bob coming out of a long hiatus, so we'll be able to see all these people in the next week and some in the playoffs. So yeah, we'll see if Zoo can kind of go back to the lab, figure some stuff out, maybe decide to take it safe in a couple places in the future. But that's for him to decide. So I don't know if you want to get Wilko in for an interview, or maybe you can just talk as he finishes. But I guess Wilko's going to go ahead and finish the run anyway for practice, and it's you know, he's welcome to do so.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be just going to be finishing up this run. But you know, we're still gonna get to see a little bit of exhibition from Wilco, and all that consistency has been building. It's been extremely, as I say that, he bonks against once again, shows off the toughness of the front of Mario's head.
Yep. Okay. One more start for Tippy.
So it looks like, yeah, it seems like it's conceivable.
Okay.
Co-commentator's cohabitator apparently having a little bit of issue with pest control. Meanwhile, Wilco, it seems, does have the conceptual ability to get a 49, but it's going to be very tall order. Wilco seems to be aiming for a 50, and Whoa accidentally heading toward the basement. Does the exit level inputs are the same for HMC and for SL. So sometimes you think you're headed back into HMC if you suffer just a little bit of short-term memory loss.
Yeah, he's still no 50 pace if he has a good tippy. I would say mid 50 is probably more realistic, because something's gonna not go as planned as it always does. But then, you know, I think if he gets a 50 here, he can be pretty confident going into playoffs.
Does always happen, and Wilco here going in for a Locky 2 bounce. Bam. Clean.
Bam. Alright, well,
Doing double walk kick.
swag.
Just absolutely swag. Chat calling for carpetless, but it would go against the consistency that Wilco is going for just a little bit. I think Wilco not going for any strats that are over 70% success rate or under 70% success rate. And carpetless, I think Wilco only has about 65, 66%.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right to me. Okay, not so good reds. You know, I'm very disappointed because I'm sad at perfect reds every time. There's no need to worry about it. This is a pretty hard star, to be honest, and getting the side flip there is pretty difficult if you can't, like, move horizontally beforehand. And Wilco also just deciding to forego that part altogether. It's pretty rough, to be honest. Missing these reds, a bit of a meltdown here. I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of throws in the towel if he screws up a bit more, but honestly, it's a tough star. Good dive on the 5th point, that's the most important part. and going to be running into stars. So finishing up red coins and 60 stars now.
Indeed, and Wilko having obviously a difficult reds, but so far certainly still on pace for a 50. But we do have a tick-tock clock to go, and that level's a bop, honestly. A little bit of a RNG manipulation, triple jump.
What are you
Wilko.
doing?
I
Trying to
put
get
clock
some-
on, so I'm just trying not to, like, I don't know, have a bunch of background noise. Shut up!
Yeah, co-commentator certainly filling in the gap. We're certainly getting the gap filled in. The hole that Xoofey has left in our hearts is being filled by Bad Renus' roommate.
Just my brother, but yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Wilko color commentary. That's a good term for it. Yeah, so Wilko finally cleaning up here. Gonna be heading into TikTok clock. That triple jump he did on tricky triangles might improve his RNG a little bit on these coin boxes. Let's see how it goes. Oh, Wilko going for time jumps on moving bars first. Very
Alright. Not getting the ledge grab. You gotta hold neutral on this wall kick or on the triple jump. This is not good. Oh my god. I remember a clip of Blue Bob missing this like 5 times in a row. He's like, is 143 my 120 star PB or my 70 star or something like that? He just really tilted. But Blue Bob just doesn't get like that mad. It's just kind of in a funny way almost. It was fun. Anyway. Commentator clearly out of ideas, just watching Wilko play. But got a few more minutes left.
Chat describing the kind of TikTok block that Wilko needs to win the race. Ooh, yeah, Wilko not getting any lateral movement on that attempt at triple jump walking. Oh no, has to be very careful. Oh, should not go for this long jump, and does indeed. Momentum is so important to that backup strat. Fantastic in the booth, actually an expert on ways to die while trying to back up moving triple jump walking. So very, very much knowledgeable about this particular subject. Looks like Wilko went for that backup red. He is starting TTC 100 coin here.
Yeah, not looking like the sharpest angles, but you know, you mainly just don't want to die here.
I just feel bad because we talk about bad RNG and you have the worst RNG because every time you broadcast someone talks in the background.
I don't know, it's kind of intermittent. It's just in the same room. And
No, for sure.
since it's toward the end of the race, I'm not gonna like kick him out.
No, for sure. You're commentator just ribbing on co-commentator because, well, oh no, Wilko taking a fall, and no, he's about to get pancaked.
He actually landed on the hand, but
Yeah, but
did
the
not
height
take
was a
it.
little. The height was a
My
little.
color
high.
commentator in the background with an appropriate bruh, so I guess that worked out at least.
True. So we're gonna be seeing a mulligan on TTC 100 coin. Like we said, Tippy is not free.
Tippy is free if you're good. Just kidding.
Certainly would like to get a straw poll of runners who would actually consider themselves good under that circumstance.
Because no one's good at this game.
I wonder if Tippy would be free for Aki. I wonder if we'll ever find out.
He's on 70, he has like a 49. I don't think it's free for him either.
Yeah, for sure. To be fair, Aki got a 49 before he turned into a robot. I mean, he was just a really, really like super advanced evolved human, But I think at this point, now that he's achieved like Mr. Destructoid status, it would be interesting to see him run Tibby at this point.
I really agree. You know, that's something you can always
No.
dream about. And Wilko dreaming about finally getting the end of the star of the pancake flipper slightly out of his wrist. No, he got him.
He got him again. Oh man. Oh, we got some Five Nights at Freddy's going down here at the GSA. Looks like the change.org petition to include more horror games was successful, because we're in a totally different game. Super Mario: The Dark Descent, which is actually an apt description for TikTok Clock.
You for the 100 bits Tattletale.
My goodness. Let's get some parts out to Tattletale for those 100 bits. And oh my god, Wilko struggling. It's just barely missing those coins. Okay.
Alright, third time's the charm.
Indeed, never give up.
I moment of truth. Missing 2 coins.
Just the RNG on this. Oh my god.
Dude, why has he done that? I don't even know.
Fortunately, this backup coin box is right in the path of, or actually no, it's not. Commentator telling absolute 100% lies.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, I would wager that Xoofey would have come back by now if he didn't quit. Just saying.
Indeed. It's certainly imaginable, even likely, but obviously nerves and or not nerves, but rather, you know, feeling heated, having a really bad run. Obviously, like if it gets to the point where you just don't feel comfortable continuing, it's not. I will never blame, I will never in my life blame a runner for getting so frustrated that they decide that they just can't run.
I think it happens to any of us, but usually if it's just during PB attempts, you just cut stream. But in a race, it's like a different atmosphere. But we got 3 stars left before bits. Or I guess Toad and then bits. But I think, you know, this will give Wilko something to practice in the meantime, even though he will be taking the first seed. He's definitely not invincible. I think pretty much any second seed who comes out of the other groups will have a good shot, so we'll see how it goes.
So with the first seed, will Wilko be playing a slightly lower seed in the qualifiers, or will he be playing one of the lower seeded pre-qualified players, like one of the top runners who already qualified and is waiting in the bracket?
Well, he's gonna be playing one of the second seeds from one of the other groups. So it could either be me or it could be whoever finishes in group C or D. Although it might be a specific group second place he has to play against, but I don't think it's the case. It might just be random. I'm not sure.
Well, they're going in for red coins
specified on the challenge. I'm just trying to read it real quick and maybe I'll get back to you.
So while Wilko does red coin, ooh, taking a little bit of a fall here. Oh no, falls off the edge. So we're going to be going in for red coins. If you have missed any Mario action or any action from any of our other games, go ahead and check out the Global Speedrun Association YouTube, where all of our VODs are uploaded promptly after the bases are performed. Just type !YT in chat to get a link to that YouTube. And also, don't miss the next matches. If you are missing matches, might help to schedule them in your calendar. We have a Google Calendar with every single scheduled match. Go ahead and check it out. Import the event into your calendar. Never miss another GSA match in your life.
I have to say I check the schedule pretty much all the time. It's one of my bookmarks, so it is worth
Yeah,
it.
I actually have the GSA schedule as my default schedule. I've been very late to work recently, but if I get fired, it will have been worth it because I do not miss matches ever. We'll go going for really fast movement here. So we're getting a little bit of struggle up that ramp, but Wilko going to be heading over. Is he going to go for? Yeah, he's going to go for triple jump wall kick here. Was not intending to go for it in races. Might have gotten more consistent with it. Obviously, not much to lose here, so don't blame him, even if he hadn't been planning to go for it. And on pace at this point for a low 55.
Legend. Alright, so I think Milo's saying that the way the round of 8 is seeded is that the groups here are already given seeds. So pretty much Group A is seeds like 1, 8, 9, and 16. And whoever comes out of Group A is given seeds 1 and 8. So first and second. So like regardless of like who it might be or like in what circumstances it happens, like based on points, it's just 1 and 8. So Group D is going to have seeds 4 and 5. So I think, hold on, actually I'm confusing myself. That would mean that the Group A first place plays the Group A second place in the round of 8, which seems kind of weird to me, but maybe that's how it goes. Hold on.
And we'll go struggling to get this last throw, finally getting it in, and is going to finish up with a 55. And GG's to Wilko, pulling out that win. Certainly having a very consistent first 3 quarters of the run. A bit of a nightmare tippy, but pulling out a windy win-win. Looks like we're probably not going to have time for an interview here because we do have some exciting Super Mario Odyssey action coming up. So we're going to kick you to a quick little intermission, and we're going to be back with Super Mario Odyssey. So thank you all for watching. GG's and congratulations to Wilko, who has qualified, and congrats to Xoofey, who looks like he's going to qualify as well, despite the unfortunate showing, unfortunate come out today. But yeah, good luck to both of these players continuing forward, and thanks for joining me, Veterans.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun commentating with you, and see you next time.
All right, we'll see you all next time.